What's up, everybody? It's your boy, AsisGalvin, and I'm coming with you guys with the beginning of the Rebirth, my life story Rebirth. I don't know how we're going to do it. Essentially, I have a series where 12 years ago, I was talking about my life story. I started this series right around 14 years old. Now, what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna kind of quickly go over my life up until 14 and then that first episode. I will also have the episode linked in the comments down there. So if you guys want to actually check the original, you can. This is kind of like me just summarizing it so we can get through the story to get to current day and add things that I didn't go over, because back then I didn't even talk about me getting up to the age of 14 to even start the story that I would be starting. We're gonna get into that, and I'll have pictures up for anything I need to have pictures up. So let's start this story. So I was born in New York, two parents, born in the same day. They were born in the same day, same year. They had me. I am technically the middle child. I had an older brother. He passed away when I was 1 year old. He was 3. And I have a younger sister as well. My life starts off as a middle child, then end up being the oldest child, but with the catastrophe of a passing away of the firstborn, it made things a little bit difficult for my parents to deal with me. And I have kids now, so looking back at that, I can't imagine losing my oldest and then having to bruh, that's a lot, right? As I got older, I'm just trying to get through this pretty quickly to get to 14. We can go back and go over more details later. I went through most of my life living with my mom. My mom and dad broke up after my brother passed away, essentially, and then my mom kind of went and did her own thing. I guess I'm going through like my teenage years like any guy or boy with their mom as a single parent. Like, my mom is like focused on this and that and not necessarily always focused on me necessarily. I don't blame her for that. That's just kind of how things went. My life up until 14 was a lot of me sitting around kind of by myself, listening to smooth jazz quite a bit. Like, I used to get the cassette and just sit there and just listen to smooth jazz, go to sleep to smooth jazz, play a lot of Sega Genesis, play a lot of Super Nintendo. I was heavily into video games. I was heavily into music. I didn't really hang out with too many people. I was pretty introverted. I dealt with a lot of like domestic abuse stuff, not necessarily like me getting abused, but more like my mom dealing with some crazy ass shit from the dudes that she was dealing with. To kind of give you guys the layout, at 13, I'm already kind of like, what the fuck is love? That was like one of the number one questions I had. Like, what the fuck is love? Number 2 was, what is functionality? What is that? How does that work? Another thing that I was wondering about was like, how does one person manage all these things? So there was kind of like that. Those were like all the things in my mind. Like, I went through a lot of things up until 13, but nothing too crazy. But it was really just like getting to a point where I'm introverted. I am confident, but I'm not like, I didn't build my confidence nowhere near where it needed to build. I didn't have my dad around. My dad was around, but not around. And it was like down the street, but I didn't fucking see his ass. We're 13 years old. We are into skateboarding. Now, this is very important. Me getting into skateboarding is heavily based, to go back what I told you before about gaming, right? Gaming. PlayStation came out. One of the main influential games I've ever played in my life was Thrasher Skate and Destroy. Thrasher Skate and Destroy came out around the same time Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 came out. And because that game came out and it was as fucking crazy and fire as it was, no one really cared about Thrasher Skate and Destroy. But Thrasher Skate and Destroy was pretty much like an urban hip-hop skateboarding game that used a lot of hip-hop and rap from the 80s and whatnot in the 90s. Awesome game. There was a character in this game called Jasmine. I'll probably have like a picture of her here somewhere. Now, Jasmine was like a vert skater, but I used to skate her on the street, but I just loved the way she looked. At 13, 14, you got to remember, I was just telling you guys, my whole thing was, yo, I am huge on what the fuck is the existence of love? How does this shit work? What is going on? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm just kind of like, I see the J-Girl, that's what I called her, by the way. And J-Girl was essentially a human real life version of Jasmine, like from Thrasher Skate and Destroy. My whole thing was, oh man, there can't be nothing better than a skater chick that is like Spanish, loves to skate, has like a serious face and be mad cool. So here we go, 14 years old. This is where episode 1 starts. So from right here, if you guys want to, y'all can go down and click on the video that was the original video, and the story will pick up from right here. But I'm gonna give you the quick rundown. I'm outside at 14 years old, skating at like 11:30 at night. Now, I know y'all probably like, what the fuck you doing outside? That was my outlet. Throughout my life, I went through a lot of like trauma and bullshit like that. But one of the things that I used to do, listen to music, and another thing I used to do to deal with trauma was skate, learn things, right? So I was out there practicing. I was practicing crooked grinds. Like it was like a gas station with a metal curb, and I was practicing ollieing into crooked grinds into like nollie 180 out. That was kind of like what I was working on at that time. So I'm working on that move. And the crazy part is I have headphones in, I'm listening to music because that's what I do. I'm just out there in the zone, focus, kind of getting all the energy, the negative energy out, right? For whatever reason, I look up, the sky's lighting up. I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on up there, right? Come to find out, there's a damn building on fire. Now, the building on fire was like 2 blocks away from me, so I take off. I jump, run, jump on the board, skate around the corner, fly down the street, full speed. I'm moving because I'm thinking to myself, yo, what if somebody's fucking dying? Everyone in that area, I kind of knew. So I was like, yo, let me hurry up and get the fuck over there. So I'm speeding down the hill, flying down the hill, get up to the top of the hill. I see that. I turn right. On the right side of the street, there's a building on fire. On the left side of the street is where everybody's standing and just watching. And I'm just like, damn. So I run across the street. Now, remember, I have a lot of details in this in the original video, but I'm going to still go through it. I'm sitting there. I end up talking to some lady, some older lady who's telling me she just moved there. And I'm like, all right, cool. That's great. You just moved there. And I'm talking to her. She's telling me this. It's blah, blah, blah. Mind you, the entire time that building is up in flames. It's a 3-story building with a basement, and the whole thing's on fire. It's so on fire that it's questionable that the houses next to it might get on fire too. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, damn, yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, man, you just got here. That's wild. I feel an energy. Now, I'm very intuitive. I'm very good at picking up on energies. I've always been like that. That's something we will go over later on too. And I pick up on some kind of energy behind me, and I turn around, and I shit y'all not, right? I see a foot come down. It's a DC shoe, and I had the same ones. I see one shoe come down, I see another shoe come down. Next thing I know, it's this fucking girl, this Italian chick. Super curvy, super short, super pretty, bad Italian girl, long hair, and I'm looking at her in awe, like, oh shit, that's a fucking J girl. Like, why she got DCs on? Does she skate? I don't know. So I end up talking to, like, you know, the whole family and get to know them. Fast forward, like I said, if y'all want more details, check the video. My god brother Toogie, which y'all will be seeing, I will have him on this show at some point. He comes with me, and I told him, like, you know, after everything was done, after the fire was put out, I left and went home. The old lady was like, oh yeah, you know, which was her mom. She was like, oh yeah, you know, come see us. Now her mom had a girlfriend at the time. She was mad brolic. She was mad big, and she was like, yo, like, anytime you want to come by, come by. Cool. I tell my god brother, like, maybe a week and a half later, like, yo, Tug, yo, let's I think I want to go over that chick's house. He's like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. We go over there, knock on her door. I'm thinking about door dashing, not door dashing. Wow, nigga knocking. I'm like about to just dip, like, and I was like, nah, let me just stay and wait. I sit there and wait. Door opens up. Bam, that's the beginning of this story. We come in there, we're chilling, our friends there. Long story short, once again, y'all want the details, check the other video, but the end of it all, right? I get very close to this girl, very, very close to her. I had an issue where I needed her to tell me how she felt verbally, when in reality, you don't need that. I realized that as I got older, it's not necessary. That's just insecure shit and issues that I had at that point because I wasn't taught that. I had to learn that the hard way. I had to take some L's to kind of figure out these rules and regulations of things, right? So she pretty much was always around me, always on me. We chill together, we go places together. I'd hang out with her family, we go on drives together. I even spent the night over there one time. Didn't do anything, wasn't trying to do it, like violate anybody's home, but we were extremely close. And it kept getting to a point where I just wanted her to just tell me, but instead of taking the initiative and using actions as what they were, actions, it speaks more than the words, I didn't do that. Instead, I kind of like got frustrated with her because she wouldn't just say it, but she had a lot of issues her damn self. And the song that you hear playing in this video is actually a song inspired by her. She was a huge fan of Deftones. So one of her favorite songs, I went and sampled and created the beat that you hear here now. Interesting thing is, they go and tell me they're moving, and I'm just like, no way. It was out of nowhere. They tell me they're moving. They end up moving. I was upset and heartbroken about it. I never really got to really tell her how I felt and apologize for everything I did. And then 3 years goes by. Now, this is important because something very important happens in 3 years, but if we need to go back, we'll get to that. But 3 years go by and I'm in the mall. Something told me to go to the mall. I go to the mall. I go to the mall, walking around the mall, and guess who the fuck I see downstairs? I'm walking upstairs. I look over. I couldn't believe it. I double take. It's her. She's with a bunch of like big brolic ass fucking white dudes that look like they in the punk rock and they like the mosh pit. Them niggas is down there with her. I see her. She kind of like sitting down there looking around. I felt like she felt something. She kind of looked up where I was at. I just kind of got out the way. I didn't want her to see me. Couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, is that really her? It was really her. And I was just like, damn, what the fuck? I wanted to go talk to her. Long story short, I didn't. I was depressed. I was sad after that. I sat my ass the fuck down, hand in the head like this, just finished, cooked, right? Just fucking sad. I'm sitting there down. I'm with one of my boys, and my boy and I are there, and there's these other dudes there. There's like 10 guys total. This is back in the day when everybody used to go to malls and shit. Malls was like the spot before all the social media and stuff like that, right? So now I'm sitting downstairs. I hear these guys start bugging out about some girl somewhere. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are they bugging out for? And there's this really, really pretty girl. Now here's the thing. When y'all see this video, I don't know how I want to do this. I don't know if I want to make like an AI picture of the girl that is not quite her, but kind of looks something like her. I think it would be funny. I think I'm gonna do that. So y'all should see a picture somewhere around here of this girl. This girl that we're gonna show is gonna be called Mia. This girl was walking, and she's up there with her girls, and I've never seen her before. She was very, very pretty. I'm sitting down there like mad insecure, like, damn, that's out of my league. I put my head back down. Now, I'm 17 at the moment. There's this weird fucking dude that's like 22 or 23 with me and the rest of us, but I don't know him. He's just fucking weird. And then there's a bunch of other guys that are around my age, right? The girl, for whatever reason, comes downstairs. Some dude runs over and is like, yo, come, yo, my man want to talk to you. My man want to talk to you. Mind you, the entire time, I'm just sitting back like, she comes over. I still to this day don't understand why the fuck she did that, but she came over. When she comes over, he walks up to him. I'm kind of like behind him, but she comes up to both of us. I guess she wanted to come to me, but realistically, she didn't realize it was for the other guy. Walks up to the other guy. The other guy's pretty much choked up, doesn't really know what to say. He's stuttering and shit. She looks at him. I look at him. She looks at me. We're all looking at each other. She gives me this look, and there was an energy to that look. And my grandma always taught me like energy is important. Everybody has an energy. If you feel certain things, don't necessarily second guess it. My feeling I got in that moment was, oh, you don't like this motherfucker right here. Give me your hand. Took her hand, took a walk. We ended up getting away from them, and that is where the first episode stops, and that's where I'm gonna stop this one. That being said, we already kind of got from birth to 14 to having the situation with the Italian chick. We went through that. I took an L. I should have an L counter somewhere around here, but that's a huge L for me. That I failed at that situation really bad, and I learned a lesson from that though. But just keep this in mind, I did learn a lesson from that. One of the lessons I would say from this video: if you have a situation where you do like somebody and they are physically around you, they're physically giving you a certain type of energy, they use their time around you, they want to be around you, they have fun around you. I'm not telling you to assume that they like you. What I'm telling you is that you should probably understand that means a lot. It means a lot, and it's up to you to figure how you want to move. If there's a girl you like and she's around you and you guys are really good friends, you got to kind of figure out, am I in the friend zone, am I not? And sometimes the best course of action is to just have that conversation, just talk, shoot your shot, so to speak. And I think that's one main takeaway I learned at a very young age. I don't want you guys to have to like somebody and it fails because you didn't know what to do in that situation. Just know that if someone's physically being around you, someone's showing you love, they're always around you all the time, that does mean something. I'm not saying jump to conclusions, but I get what I'm saying. But anyway, that's the first episode. Check the episode below. We got more on the way. It's your boy AsisGalvin. I'm Alan. Let's get ready for this fucking journey we about to go on. Peace.